Okay, you're all set. Did you hear me?
Yes, I did.
Oh, Teddy, did you hear
So you're
me?
on mute.
Teddy, you're muted.
Yeah, I know. I see that. I got it. I had a pop-up on the screen here. I'm trying to see. So I
Oh,
haven't seen this before. The content of this meeting is being sent. Oh, it's no big deal. Being sent to one or more apps, I guess. Okay. So you went to YouTube then?
yeah, now we're live on YouTube now.
Okay, that
Okay.
popped up on YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know why, but it says
Yeah,
being sent to YouTube. So
Yeah, I've
yeah.
never seen that one before. All
Yeah, I
right.
don't know. They keep updating Zoom and I don't always know ahead of time until at the meeting. But
Yeah,
yeah, we're set. Okay.
exactly. They don't do that until it's too late. They don't let you know ahead of
Yes.
time.
Can you handle the minutes thing and I'll just mute myself?
Sure.
Just it was just a typo.
All
Uh,
right.
Jen Osborne.
Okay, we're good up. We're up on YouTube now. Good. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a regularly scheduled meeting of the Zoning Commission of City of Danbury, May 27th, 2025. Let the record show we begin the roll call at 7:05. Commissioner Bennett is absent. Commissioner Botello,
Here,
Commissioner Cabrera, absent. Commissioner James,
present.
Commissioner Jowdy, absent. Commissioner Nazario,
Here.
Commissioner Nejame is absent. Commissioner O'Neill,
Here.
Commissioner Harrison.
Here.
There you are. Commissioner Villacrez, absent. And I'm Chairman Haddad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. Commissioner Harrison, I'm going to sit you for the entire evening for Commissioner Nejame.
That's fine.
Thank you. Thank you. The next regular meeting is scheduled for June 10th, 2025. If we can all stand, if you have your flags, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
it's
to
to
the
the
flag
flag, the
of the United States of America and to the
and to the
republic
republic
for which
for
it
which it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
with
liberty
liberty and
and justice.
and justice for all.
Thank you. We all received the April 22nd, 2025 minutes. Before I ask for a motion, let me just mention that a correction needs to be made on page 4, last paragraph. It says Ms. Osborne made a motion to adjourn. Mr. Botello seconded the motion. Ms. Osborne's no longer with this commission. It should say Mr. Botello made the motion and Ms. O'Neill seconded the motion. So if we can have a motion to accept those minutes as corrected by me, unless anybody else has any other corrections, additions, modifications. Is there a motion to that effect? Motion made by Commissioner Botello. Is there a second?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of April 22nd, 2025,
I
As-
second.
As amended.
as amended.
Second by Commissioner James. Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. All those
Aye.
opposed? No opposition, unanimous. Again, next meeting is scheduled for June 10th, 2025. We do have a public hearing this evening. Before I get to that, I do want to read a couple things. I'm going to read the legal notice. Notice is hereby given to the Zoning Commission of City of Danbury will hold a public hearing commencing at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, May 27, 2025, in a web-based meeting hosted on Zoom to consider the following matter. Petition of Waleed Al Bakri, Planning Director, to amend Section 2B, 4A, 2A, 4B, 2A, 4C, 2A, 4D, 4A, 4E, 4A, 4F, 4A, 8C4, in parentheses 6B, and 10D of the zoning regulations, and add to listing of permitted uses in each residential zone, in parentheses, amid definition of family child care homes, and group child care homes, and add as permitted uses to each residential zone to ensure these uses are treated the same as single and multifamily uses in the residential zones. Copy of this application is on file in the town clerk's and planning and zoning offices for public inspection. Parties and interests and citizens shall have an opportunity to be heard at this time. The agenda will be posted on the city website and will include instructions on how to join the Zoom meeting or view the meeting live on YouTube. Theodore J. Haddad, Jr., Chairman, posted on the city website and town clerk's office on May 14, 2025, published in the News Times on May 16, 2025, May 23, 2025, purchase order 2025-503. Additionally, the agenda was filed in the town clerk's office on Thursday, May 22nd, 2025 at 3:49 p.m. This meeting of the Danbury Zoning Commission is being held on Zoom as a virtual meeting. Even though this meeting is a virtual meeting, members of the public and interested parties continue to have the opportunity to participate in the meeting in a couple of different ways. You can participate via Zoom and see the audio and video, or you can call in by phone and participate via audio only. Please be aware that we may have to mute your microphone or telephone to avoid an echo or some other background noise. This is also being streamed live via YouTube. Instructions on how to participate in the meeting appear on the City of Danbury website, and all of the documents and materials that apply to the matters to be discussed during this meeting, including the agenda, are also available on the City of Danbury website. As always, if you have any questions, please contact the City of Danbury Planning and Zoning Department. As a reminder, the entire meeting will be posted on and can be seen on the City of Danbury website. We will follow the posted agenda as per standard practice. If prior to the meeting, any questions or comments on agenda items are submitted via email to Director Al-Bakri, those comments will be read during the appropriate portion of the meeting. Finally, please remember that technology glitches sometimes do occur. Please be patient if that happens. Okay. The first petition is Waleed Al-Bakri, Planning Director. Amend section 2B, 4A, 2A, 4B, 2A, 4C, 2A, 4D, 4A, 4E, 4A, 4F, 4A, 8C, 4, 6B, and 10D of the zoning regulations, and add to listing of permitted uses in each residential zone. Amend definition of family childcare homes and group childcare homes, and add as a permitted uses to each residential zone to ensure these uses are treated the same as single family and multifamily uses in residential zones. Let me read first the Planning Commission recommendation. Dated May 22nd, 2025, to Theodore J. Haddad, Jr., Chairman, Danbury Planning Zoning Commission, from Arnold E. Finaldi, Jr., Danbury Planning Commission, regarding this referral this evening, regarding this petition this evening, as read in on the legal notice and on the public hearing portion. At the web-based Zoom meeting held on May 21st, 2025, the City of Danbury Planning Commission voted to give the above referenced petition a positive recommendation for the following reasons. Number one, the proposed amendments comply with the Plan of Conservation Development, POCD, by ensuring compliance with the state laws and promoting the establishment of child care facilities in residential neighborhoods. Number two, these changes address the growing need for accessible and affordable child care options, further enhancing the quality of life for working families. Number three, these amendments will not adversely affect the health, safety, and welfare of the general public. Number four, lastly, the changes are required by state law, addressing 18 months of non-compliance under existing zoning regulations. Mr. Chioccio made the motion to give this petition a positive recommendation. Mr. Salvain seconded the motion, and it was passed unanimously with voice votes with 5 ayes from Mr. Chioccio, Mr. Haas, Mrs. Hofstadter, Mr. Salvain, and Chairman Finaldi. Regarding the 8-3B referral from the Westcogs, thank you for submitting the attached referral. Attached, please find a copy of the referral, which was sent by Ms. Reed on April 15th, 2/25. The response, clarification of language regarding family and group childcare uses, where they are allowed, will be of great use to the residents operating or hoping to establish home child care facilities, which in turn will benefit families across the region who struggle to find affordable and accessible child care options. Regional staff approves of the effort to bring regulations into compliance with state statute. All my best, Tucker. It's a little bit of a different response we got this time. It's his first time ever, I think. And it's also signed by someone different too. Good. Good. They read our stuff. Let me check that off. Let me check this off. Let me go to the Director Al-Bakri. If you can, just go over your staff report, please.
Sure. Good evening, everyone.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to be with you tonight. First, let me share my screen with you. Can you see it?
Yes, we do have it.
Okay, great. Okay, so before I zoom in on the details, I would like to give you a general overview by zooming out. So tonight we are going to discuss proposed regulations for family child care and group child care. If you look at the slide here, you will see I have screenshots from the state statute or the law that speaks about the changes we are trying to actually talk about tonight. And I'm trying to go to the second slide, but I'm having a hard time. So bear with me.
That's fine.
Okay, here we go. So a little bit of background here that will help us during the discussion. Back in 2023, the state adopted new law or statute, and the key provisions for the law that was adopted in 2023 has to do with two items. Number one, they had two definitions, one for family child care, which means, and I'm gonna here paraphrase, I'm not actually talking about the legal language. So in your house, be it an apartment or a detached house, you can have up to 6 children, and this is considered family child care. Also, if you have a standalone building in a residential zone, you can have between 7 and 12 children, and this is being entitled or defined by the state as group child care. So what does the new regulation says? It basically says any zoning regulation anywhere in Connecticut cannot prohibit family child care or group child care, or can treat it different from a single family or multi-family in any way. So we looked at our zoning regulation, and this has been going on since 2023. We found out we do not have a definition for family child care. Also, we have a definition for group child care. However, it's outdated and it's not consistent with the state regulations adopted back in 2023. Again, I'm still having some hard time moving to the following slide, so bear with me here. For whatever reason, I'm not able to actually go to the next slide, so I'm just gonna go over it.
Okay.
So what's happening is we looked at our definitions, and we started working last year between us here means the Planning and Corporation Council, to have new definitions that are not copy and paste from the state definition, because the language of the state definitions are very different from the ones we use in our zoning regulation. However, we wanted to keep the intent exactly the same, which we did, and it's included in the package you received. Also, along with the definition, we went over all our residential zoning districts, and any use where you have single family or multi-family as permitted use, we added family child care and group child care as permitted uses. We also treated the two new definitions the same as single family and multi-family in terms of parking requirement, or if there's a site plan application requirement, it will be added also to family child care and group child care. We also, when we were doing this, we were very careful that the new language is consistent with the language of the zoning regulations. After doing it, we of course looked at our POCD. Our POCD has policies that requires us to have our zoning regulations consistent with the state law, which we did. So what we are doing, or we are trying to achieve, is in line with the state requirement as well as the policies of the POCD. For that reason, when it went to the Planning Commission, it was approved unanimously. And for this reason, we are also presenting it in front of you. With that very quick overview, I come to the end of this presentation. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. If you could, I'll wait for you to take down your screen share so I could see the commission members.
Yes. And by the way, now the
Now it's working.
presentation is responding, so you can see the two definitions here. It's a little bit late, but late is better than never, you know. So here are the two definitions. You also have it in your package, and I explained this slide. So if you want me to go back over any slide, let me know.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Commission members, any questions of the director? Commission members. Thank you for now. Thank you, Director. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor of this petition? Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition?
Mr. Chairman,
Councilman Rotello.
I'm trying to get my Bluetooth headphones working, but they're problematic. I'm having a little trouble hearing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, if you get a little closer, we're good.
Yeah, okay.
So I saw that you just tuned on. I did those in favor and those opposed. I'll give you an opportunity. Which one are you here for?
Right, that's the thing. I have queries. I'm agnostic on the issue, and I understand that the state is tying our hands.
Yeah,
But I
exactly.
would like through the chair, to query the director, and we can do this offline down the road, but I just would like for the record, if there are any restrictions whatsoever, or if anybody can build anything they want, including chains and things like that, chain operators can move into an area and put this on Deer Hill, put this between houses, put this anywhere they feel like, as long as it's allowed in a residential zone. Can we wake up tomorrow and find that the house that I just spent $1 million for is going to have a daycare next door? Something like that. Are there any restrictions on traffic? Any restrictions on density? Any restrictions on safety? The house is too close to a hill. There's a pool in the backyard. It's dangerous. There's this and that. What the state is going you hog wild with local preemption. I get that. It's not just a Connecticut issue, it's a national issue. But you can't, I mean, rightfully, you cannot take control completely away from the only people who know the area, and that is not the people who live in the capital, whether the capital is Bozeman or it's Hartford. So that's the query that I have. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Director, did you have anything you wanted to respond to on that? I know our hands are tied, but he does bring up some good issues.
Yes, absolutely. So before I answer the question, let me give you a little bit of information here. Since 2023, we have been asked each year by the state if we are in compliance or not. So we have to be in compliance because the deadline is getting to be very close. So that's why we actually do it now. Speaking of what the council member was talking about, the state will still have to issue a license. The license from the state will have conditions. What the state is saying, zoning regulation, the local one, should not treat these facilities any different from single family or multifamily, period. That's what they're saying. Other requirement or consideration that the state has, this will be looked at by the state. In essence, they're saying, well, local jurisdiction, get out of it. And because according to the state, there's a huge issue, and local government have been very difficult in the way they regulate it. And the state is at a point to say, hey, this is outside of your jurisdiction as a local government.
They're basically saying to the zoning commission, stay out of the way.
Yes, that's exactly what they say.
Yeah. Councilman Rotello?
Well, I mean, at that point, I would obviously be opposed because I'm just not, as a local official who represents local people, taking power away from them. I'm their proxy, but taking away power from them is not something they sent me to Deer Hill for. You know, hey, Paul, go to 155 Deer Hill Avenue and make sure we get no say in government. not obviously something that I would be in favor of. Again, I understand the issue with these state mandates, but this is not something that I favor. Thank you for your work on this, Waleed. I know that our hands are tied. This is something that we need to take up in Hartford, and
Yeah.
we're going to be taking a look at this.
Well, Councilman,
Thank
you
you
know
very
what?
much.
You're right. It's something we have to take up in Hartford, but it can start here locally because our local people pretty much go along with Hartford. So people that we see every week here in Danbury, they're on the other side. So
Well, Mr. Chairman, the best remedy for that is an educated voter.
yeah,
Thank you.
sure. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Commissioner Botello, yes.
Yes, I'd like just to make a comment. I believe that because this is an application process, that it's not just a cut and dry situation. I'm sure that to get the permit or to get this passed, you'd have to comply with the regulations that are in what the state has set forward, or if there's any way that maybe Danbury can add to the state to make sure that we are protecting the landowners. Is that something that's possible to do?
Director Al-Bakri.
Nothing to add, just so that to avoid any misunderstanding. What the state is saying is zoning regulations cannot treat it any differently. However, building code and fire code requirements are still in place.
Which is what I thought.
Yes, exactly.
But is there anything that we can do to make it just a little more stringent, or that's not to be?
This has been a discussion between the state, the Office of Policy, Planning and Cooperation Council. You know how it is, nobody likes to be cornered, but the situation being what it is, we have to do it.
Okay. But the application process is pretty regimented and
Yes,
thorough?
it is. Exactly.
Okay. So that's the safety rails, is that you have to go through the application. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
they still have to go through an application, but as far as the zoning commission, it's out of the picture. And Commissioner Botello, we've talked about this for a million years. When you first started getting involved through coming to public hearings and then also getting on this commission, you've noticed a couple things that are being shoved right down our throat. And there's a lot more. It seems like every year there's more and more and more, and this just happens to be one of them. And I guess they tie it up in a number of different ways. They say if our commission doesn't approve this, then not this one specifically, but if we opt out of something where they don't want us opting out, we can't get grants, or we can't do this, or we can't do that. So there's like punishments if we don't go along with what they say on some certain issues. Director.
When you were talking about opting out, unfortunately, there's no way to opt out of this one.
Yeah.
They didn't even give anybody the chance to opt out.
Right. Anyway, thank you, Commissioner Botello. Commissioner Botello, you all set?
Yes, thank you.
Good, thank you. Commission members, any other questions of the director or Councilman Rotello? Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition to this petition? Thank you. Director, did you have any final comments?
Mr. Chairman, not really, unless anybody has any questions or clarifications.
Commission members, any questions?
I believe I covered it all. It's just a situation where we have to do it.
Yep, I got it. Not seeing any hands for questions or voices. Would be appropriate this time for someone to make a motion to close this public hearing. Is there a motion to close the public hearing? Motion to close the public hearing.
Michelle?
Commissioner James, is there a second? Commissioner O'Neill, second. Any discussion? All those in favor of closing this public hearing signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed. I did not see any hands. It's a unanimous voice vote that this public hearing be closed. We're not waiting for anything. Any exhibits? Public hearing is closed. Anybody want to make a
Mr.
motion
Chairman?
for old business to discuss possible action? Commissioner Botello.
I'd like to make a motion to put this into old business for discussion and possible action for tonight.
Motion to move petition of Waleed Al Bakri, Planning Director, to number one under old business for discussion of possible action. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Harrison. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Unanimously moved. It's old business for discussion of possible action. Check, 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 check. Okay. Check here, check there. There are no continuation of any public hearings this evening. Under old business for discussion of possible action is number one is the petition of Waleed Al Bakri, Planning Director. The one that was heard this evening to amend the sections 2B, 4A, 2A, 4B, 2A, 4C, 2A, 4D, 4A, 4E, 4A, 4F, 4A, 8C, 4, 6B, and 10D of the zoning regulations and add to listing of permitted uses in each residential zone. A public hearing was open on May 27th, 2025 at 7 o'clock, and it was also closed on May 27th, 2025. Here I am. Commission members, what's your pleasure? As you know, we're pretty much mandated by the state to get our regulations in order, and we haven't been for a little bit of a while on this one here. And they now, through this petition, will make us in compliance.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Botello.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this petition for the following reasons. The proposal supports the policies of the Plan of Conservation and Development, POCD, specifically strategy number 6 under the Economic Development section, which calls for updating the city's regulations to allow development that responds to current and future market conditions. Also, it keeps us in keeping with the compliance of the state of Connecticut for the regulations that are at hand. Additionally, it will not adversely affect the health, safety, and welfare of the general public. Is there anything I missed?
Well, you can go on, but it doesn't matter because we got the highlights that we need. We covered everything that the zoning commission has to cover, the specifics. Is there a second to that? Motion with reasons. Second. Commission members, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Harrison. Commission members, any discussion? Anybody want to add or modify, amend? I think we're good on this motion. Anything else? Any discussion? Any discussion? A yes is yes. Who made the second, by the way? Harrison?
I
Thank-
did, Harrison.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, a yes is yes, a no is no. Commissioner Botello,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Commissioner Nazario,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Neill,
Yes.
Commissioner Harrison.
Yes.
I will vote yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 0. I got everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That does it. This petition is approved. Good job, Director. Appreciate all your hard work on that.
Thank you.
Under new business, we have a petition of Blazius Enterprises, Sawmill Road, A15004. Change of zone from IL 40 and PND to RMF 6. Public hearing is scheduled for July 8th, 2025. And we have scheduled 2 meetings in June before then. Whether we get them or not. Oh yeah, we do have a June 10th, a couple of them on June 10th, which is our next meeting. Is there a motion to receive this petition, refer it to the planning commission for their recommendation, notify all surrounding communities that need to be notified according to state statutes, publish it in the town clerk's office and all other necessary required publications according to state statutes, and set the public hearing date as it is scheduled on this evening's agenda for July 8th, 2025. Who wants to make that motion? Motion by Commissioner Nazario. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner O'Neill. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed. Thank you. There is no correspondence. For reference only, we have 2 petitions. both by our director, both scheduled for June 10th, 2025. And are there any other matters? Are there any other matters? Director, am I forgetting anything?
Mr. Chairman, no, those are the ones for now. Yeah.
Ms. Reed, am I forgetting anything? Any other matters? Does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Motion by Commissioner Botello to adjourn, second by Commissioner James. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? This meeting is adjourned at 7:34 p.m.